when we hit crisis in our lives, when we get those deployment orders, I think we talked about last week here, you can't use the most dangerous word in our dictionary, tomorrow. You can't deal with your valleys tomorrow when you're going on a deployment in a couple weeks. And so the urgency just cranks up when you're in the military, I think. When you see death, when you're going out on a patrol, you really have to deal with those struggles that you are dealing with at home. Even another time, we were stationed in Japan when the earthquake tsunami happened, and a lot of families took the voluntary evacuation back to the States, and part of the struggle that we worked through was the fact that families just didn't want to come back. A lot of these problems that they were kind of ignoring while normal day-to-day life was going on, they brushed under the rug. When crisis hit, they had to come face to face with it, and they're having a hard time dealing with that.
And I was sharing with you yesterday about how I had a mentor in college who, in his late 40s, was diagnosed with a type of cancer where they said he had 5 years to live, and it was really hard on his marriage. He ended up living more than 5 years. There were several times he thought he was going to die, and then he didn't, and then he'd recover, and he'd bounce back, and he said, he made the point, he said, Brett, once you get into the middle of the crisis, it is too late to prepare.
That's right.
When you're in the middle of the valley of the shadow of death, you can't just turn a light switch on, and all of a sudden you're ready. Right. He said, I'm so thankful that God prepared our marriage 20 years for those events.
Right.
And so when David says to us, yea, though I go through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, part of the things he's saying is, prepare today. Don't put it off till tomorrow.